Dear Dr. Nanda Kumar, Madam, I missed your lovely speech. All other dignitaries, educators who have assembled here, volume. I'm so happy that we all have gathered here to think over, to ponder over, to look into different insightful topics that would have definitely give a better position for us. Today, schools are becoming a challenging place. It may be an enterprising place, may be an educating place, but the very word education is getting challenged. We are perplexed. We don't know what you are really doing it. The whole India is learning. I correct myself, the whole India is schooling. Does it learning or experimenting, or are they really, is a very big question today. Yesterday I was talking on a topic beyond blackboards. Without blackboards, we cannot be here. We can't ignore it. But what is that beyond classroom is what we discussed. But today, in this meeting, God has given me an insight. I'm really thankful to the organizers for having given me this topic. I would have traveled 42 years in education. Only in school education, I have no diversions at all. Still, I remain a learner. And this topic gave me a right insight into learn, to know, to make it more insightful. Today, schools mean investing a huge money, building a campus, building infrastructure, tagging it with a curriculum, and putting to it a set of calendar. That's what makes a school. To my understanding, schools cannot be like that hereafter. Schools have to think beyond it, and that's where we have to be a little more different. How do we think beyond it? It matters a lot. And why do we think beyond it? If I could sit across and watch this topic again. Vision to impact. Very strong word. Today we see vision in our websites. But actual vision should be seen in our children, even when they get into the school and really when they go out of the school. And we need to focus our camera on the children to know, is this school as a vision? Vision has to be reflected in the eyes and faces and minds of our children in our classrooms. I don't say a school has to be quiet, but a school cannot be noisy. It should become a very thinking school. And why? Our blackboard learning has brought us to this level. It is the power of education that our forefathers have given to us has enlightened many of us. Maybe at times we memorized. Maybe at times our content was more important. Maybe at times a concept was more important. Today we have to go beyond all this to understand what is the competency they are building in our children. Because when we progress, India is a very powerful country today. It emerged as a very powerful country. It's not that easy. And this powerful country is because of the education that has happened for many years within our schools. Maybe we need to realign our model of education because Children of today is a product of the new modern India. Today, children are a product of a new modern India. Those days when I was talking in the TV channel, they were very quietly listening to me for 30 minutes. I have to be very careful what words I'm using, what vocabulary I'm using, what topic I'm using. If I miss even 1 minute, they will change the channel. But today, the attention span of children are not more than 3 minutes in a classroom. But how do we empower the children? That is the mindset of today's children. He is not willing to sit in a classroom, but is more willing to go to STEM lab and work on something. His mind is always working, but there's a big gap between the teachers of today and the future leaders of tomorrow. That's where the big gap is. And how do you work on this is what is my, I really worked on this topic. I'll tell you, I really worked on the topic because I wanted to work on the topic for myself. Because today it's very, very difficult to sit in a head chair. Many of us think, and most of us are working on non-issues in our schools. You're not working on the issues. You're very busy preparing our timetable. You're very busy filling the classrooms, but we do not have a clear vision. Vision is something which needs to be understood so differently. If the vision is not going to impact our people, vision is not a document. Vision has to live in the hearts of children. And that is what today is the real understanding, my dear. As I told you, vision without action is a dream. And action without a vision is a time-passing time. A vision with action can change anything. But first of all, as we as leaders of institutions, in the changing world, what I was yesterday, I can't be today. What I deliver today, I can't deliver tomorrow. Because days are changing, times are rolling away, and we need to be very careful, my dear. I ask you a question, are we managing institutions or are we transforming lives? Are we managing institutions? What is vision? Vision nothing but seeing tomorrow today. Many of us are working for today. We need to think of short-term goals, long-term goals. One lady came to me, I don't want even to say mother, a lady came to me many years back when I was heading an institution in Adyar. A mother came to me, she threatened me, she questioned me, she asked me, what is the result of your children in 10th standard? What is the result of your school in 12th standard? Show me the result, I want to see the result. I showed all that and I was a little frightened. I said, Amma, ungalku enna venum? What do you want? I have come from the government of Tamil Nadu to inspect me? No. I want to admit my son in 1st standard. So the mother has a vision which is hidden. The mother has a frightening impact that is hidden in her. Now, that is what the mother wants to think. What is the future? Are we teaching our children? And we need to understand there are stages in our children. Many schools concentrate only in the 10th and 12th result. I would like to talk to you about two schools, two models of schools. One school ponders over how many 90s and 100s we have produced. Other school thinks about what is the level of my children's confidence, my children's compassion, and my children's curiosity. The school with things of confidence and curiosity brings out in next 10 years innovators, leaders, great thinkers. An education system for today should bring out these type of men and women, not the one who only satisfied with a degree certificate. Those days have gone. We cannot. People are much important. So I'll tell you, buildings can change. Boards can change. Today you may call it a matriculation school, tomorrow you call it a CBSE school. You know the pattern how to change. You know how to change from a CBSE school to IGCSE school. You know how to change to any pattern. But I'll tell you, These are all not long-lasting impressions of our children. But what is more long-lasting impression on our children is, are we bringing out the very, very responsible citizens of tomorrow? And that is what is very impressive for all of us. Whatever happens in this society or in our nation, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, every day something keeps happening. But whenever it comes to the attention of the Supreme Court always says, go to the Parliament, include it in the educational system. Corrections of any societal disorder has to happen in our textbooks and notebook. I was in a meeting 2 days back, in an association meeting. There was a debate or inquisitiveness about from the person who was conducting the meeting. CBSE asked us to follow only NCERT textbooks. Nobody could insist us to follow any textbook. Nobody could insist, because the charisma has to come from a great leader called the teacher. The teacher has to bring the world to the classroom. It is not the textbook. Textbook can be a reference material. But how do you plan your curriculum? I tell you, today we need to do a homework. I need to go home today. Tomorrow I should sit with my leaders of my school. I may have 9 leaders in my school. For a student strength of 2,700 children, I have 9 leaders. If one leader is not able to think, we have to puncture the curriculum, we have to park our school on the side road, we have to do the puncturing. Now the role of these heads are very important. These leaders should become visionary. I tell you, if the management alone has a vision, it will not have any impact. When a vision is transferred to the teachers, not in the authoritative way, but in a very different manner when you transform, that teacher becomes an inspirer, a facilitator. She goes to the classrooms and she converts the children into a learner. That's why there's a lot of problem in the classroom. There's no synergy between the systems. What I think, my principal has to think. Or she has to debate with me to think, am I thinking right? Is my vision right? Then take it further. This is how it's have to be downloaded to a greater extent in all the problem. Please understand, my dear friends. I'm learning. Sitting with you, I'm learning. I have to learn. Vision changes the questions. How many of you know that? If I have a vision, though it could be a 2-line document, this vision has to change my question. If the question is right, the question changes the outcome, my dear. Vision is not a statement that be hung in the schools in corners. Vision has to be aligned with the men and women of the institution. I'll tell you a small example, how it aligns practically. If I have a watchman, a security man in my gate, in my administrative gate, not even in the school gate, if somebody comes and says, Sir, irukkrara? Then if that is the answer, I tell you there's no synergy. See the mind that has to have a synergy. Sometimes we ignore our watchmen. We ignore our other people. But there has to be synergy if there's a strong vision. That is what is my way of thinking at this. And if the vision is not going to be with the teachers, nothing going to happen. If the vision is not going to be with the student, nothing going to happen. And for students, vision should be a mark. It should be mastery. For a teacher, vision is not teaching a content, it is a purpose. For a parent, vision cannot be marks. It's be beyond at least values, please understand. And that is what we need to see. It is not the school building that matters a lot. It is something else that matters a lot, my dear heads. I want to tell you, principals like us as correspondent cannot be administrators alone. They cannot be just timetable managers, or they should become invariably chief vision officer of the school. All these are important. Before I come to the very important point of this particular topic, I tell you, a good principal knows how to build a culture in a school. Very important. You call it academic ethos, or you call it academic culture. The interaction of the school itself. You leave me in a school campus for half an hour, I can give you a certificate for the school. I always love the AC mechanic who will see in some of the buildings like this. He will come in between. His rule is to see the temperature of the building for every 2 hours. For us, we need to see the temperature of the school as a leader. The academic ethos that we create in the school is the right temperature of the school. And the principals, particularly, they should become people developer. And they should become change makers. How many of us realize that this is happening with us, my dear colleagues? Very important. And I come to another important area, my dear teachers. We need to work, and our investment should be more on the teachers. Our selection of teachers today cannot be so simple. Recruitment process cannot be so simple. It is not that we need teachers with B.Ed and M.Ed, with BSc and MSc. I failed. I thought a gold medalist from IIT Madras will be a good teacher. I was so happy. I said, I have a gold medalist. Then I think he failed in 3 months. He knows how to learn. Only a good teacher knows how to teach. And then I realized at that age, I'm sorry. He is a good learner, he is not a good teacher. Understand? So a teacher has to be not a content deliverable person, he should be a learning designer. He has to design. I always used to tell my teachers, Alunga, kannir vidungal, go home, pray, because every learner is important. Why is he not able to learn? Why is he making a mistake? We may not know the other story of the children. The disturbances they pass through. Today, almost all the houses are broken houses, disturbed houses. Single parent quotient has increased. Then where is the calmness in him, quietness in him? He is not having any quietness, he is not having any calmness. So we should understand, and from examiner, we should become mentor. From authority to role model is going to become very important, my dear. When it comes to our students, we always say, nalla learner avan, nalla padikran, nalla mark edukran, nalla rank edukran. No. It is not the rank, not the mark, it is not the position that decides. Is he very attentive in the class? Is he able to ask few questions? Maybe 20 years back, one young boy came to me in a residential school around 9 o'clock. Sir, can I have an appointment with you? A boy, Sriram Sridharan, asked me a question 30 years back. I asked him, yes, you are always there. These children will be in night dress after 6 o'clock, and 8 to 9 is their dinner time. And 9 o'clock he comes to me, because I'm with them like 12:30 in the night. He comes to me, sir, can I have an appointment with you? I don't know his backstory. He comes to me and says, I have a question with you. I have a question with you. My question is, my teacher has given me a wrong question paper. Please understand what a question it is. My teacher has given me, my chemistry teacher has given me a wrong question paper. I said, could be. That's all my answer. I didn't refer anything. I didn't know what it is. I said, could be. Is it, sir? You're giving me this nice answer for me, sir. Why, man? Could be. Ma'am, teacher can also go wrong. Now, please understand, the boy says, I went to the principal. See, the principal scolded me, thrashed me. How can you talk bad about your teacher? I said, no. Could be. Sometime could be. Now, I went to the vice principal academic. She said, you're wrong. You can't put down your teacher like that. Now, please understand, where are we in today's children? I'll tell you, I have not seen him for 20, 30 years. I'll tell you, he must be rocking somewhere in some part of the world. He is a great leader today, because the boy who questions, the boy who knows. Now, he is not questioning an answer, he's questioning a question paper. Who has the guts to question a question paper? And that is the trend of today's children, my dear heads. That's the trend. The packed, energetical students are sitting inside the classroom, led by an ordinary teacher. When are we going to empower? Because new India needs empowered teacher. I'm not talking about anything. I'm only talking about, are the teachers today empowered? Sometimes I feel bad, we are not empowered. And we need to work on our teachers, at least for the sake of today's children. Poor children. Those days we used to think teachers are tolerating the children. Today, children are tolerating the teachers. They are so obedient, they don't talk back anything, but they're quietly listening to them. Our children are today thinkers. We should prepare them as problem solvers. They should become ethical leaders. And we need to focus on few things for tomorrow. It's not how you set a question paper. Are your question paper creating a creative mind inside, a critical mind inside? Today, the power of communication is going down. Nobody knows how to write either Tamil or Hindi or English. Their communication is becoming, because they are a product of this. A teacher who fills this application form, even not able to tell us, I done through correspondent course. They say, I learned in We are minimizing everything. We are not maximizing our efficiency. Please, these are all the problem today. Our communication skills have to be checked, improved. Our creativity. See, I'll tell you, you give me a question paper, I'll tell the teacher. You just give me a question paper of running 1 page or 2 pages, 4 pages, how the teacher is. Question paper is not composing something. It is delivering something which could go and attack a student in his heart. And that is what is important, my dear. There are many different stakeholders. The dangerous stakeholders are our parents. Because, I'll tell you, we can accept the multiple intelligence concept in children. But see the multiple concept that the parents bring in. One classroom cannot satisfy all the parents. But I always tell my parents, very authoritatively, that's only area I'm very authoritative. You don't come and dictate me because you are an IAS officer. You don't come and dictate me because you are a government officer. Don't come and dictate me, you are a police officer. SBA school called Dr. C. Shailendra Babu when he was a joint commissioner of Chennai. He was summoned. Can a police officer be summoned? He was summoned by SBOA school when his children were students. The story what he talks to me. He was summoned. Understand? Now, this is what we should understand. There are different types of parents. I tell the parents, don't interfere. Don't never interfere. When it comes to school, when it comes to curriculum, when it comes to teaching, when it comes to lesson, I'm the master. But there, when I say that with all the authority, I have to humble down and say, I have to live for that. I have to live for that. I'm very careful sitting with my teachers to prepare the curriculum, the plan, the design. I was standing in one of the studios long back. I tell you, it may not be into the context, but I want to tell you, my dear teachers, I was standing in a recording studio when 𝐿𝐼raja is recording with S.P. Balasubramanian. S.P. Balasubramanian was my parent. His 2 children were my students. So when I was there with him, there was a recording session going on. 𝐿𝐼raja was so good to tell, Bala, don't take trouble. Just in one take, I'll take it. Because he was not able to get that particular rhythm. He told, 𝐿𝐼raja tells Balasubramanian, I can take 100 re-recording and capture you, but you can't do that when you go to the platform to sing. Please understand. It's not that easy. Please understand. We are very careful when we do certain things. When if I am a decision maker, I have to be very careful to say that my decision has to be aligned with the student's future. And if not, I am not having the authority to take any type of decisions. Please understand. I do not have the authority to take any type of decision. If I am the authoritative, I have to be downloaded to that purest point, sincere to the core, to see that I'm doing it. Even a small word, for example, nowadays, when we keep traveling, I'm trying to understand something. The crew in the airplane, the flight, says, get ready for arrival. I was hearing many years back, get ready for landing. Now, why is this change? We have to understand sometime. There is a different change. If you go into them, we'll understand. Get ready for landing. Now get ready for arrival. So even these two words becoming very important when we sit with the first standard children and draft our curriculum. Are they able to do it, prepare it, present it? It matters a lot. So we need to understand parents cannot dictate terms with us. Okay? I know, madam, I'll stop, don't worry. I said, we need to move from routine to relevance. We need to become inspirational people than the administrative people. Our vision statement to become visible impact, my dear colleagues, and we should be bringing out a responsible citizen. I want to tell you today, today's children's mindset is not the same. It's not the same. They're not ready to listen to you. They're not ready to listen to you. They are ready to question you. We were 5 siblings to my parents in a common house, in a joint family. 5 of us living in 5 of the rooms, what my father felt at the joint family. Whenever we get a sound, all 5 of us run into the common room and say, "Appa 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿." Today, when we have children, when we call them, nobody comes to us. They come to us after some time and say, "𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿. Did you call me?" See, this is the variation that we see in today's growing children. They are not authoritative, but they know better. They think father does not know. We lived with respect. We lived with regard. Today's children will never live with respect and regard because they think they know better. So first of all, let us go home to see our children so differently, to understand them differently, and let us not. I was a little upset when somebody was talking to me 2 days back. No, we need to decide which book we are going to use, NCERT book or private book. Don't use books. Books are nothing for us. Let us bring the world into the classroom. I end up, my dear, I end up. Can we make our children empty, or should we make our children open? Both are empty spaces only. But what is more relevant is, let us make our children open. Let us not make them empty, is what I would like to tell you, my dear teachers. Because, yes, today India, the new modern India, needs a vision that is impactful. Let a vision does not remain a statement in a website, not a hanging board in your walls, but let it be very critically thought process and rolling out our understanding in such a way. I tell you, I was in Bangalore, this many years back. I don't know whether there's still, there was a beautiful shop, a family shop, run by 200 men and women. I used to admire. Maybe I would have been only 30 years then. I used to admire. Suddenly, there used to be a mic announcement. The whole shop stops, and they come for a discussion. Who? Sellers, salesmen, they come for a discussion. The whole shop stops. I used to love that shop because when an ordinary shop, which is nothing but the products of commercial thing, knows how to stop. Let us stop for a while to understand what is our school vision. Let me go home and stop for a while to understand what is my school vision and how my vision is going to transfer. Am I going to build only students for marks or certificates? And when I see the CBSE statement of marks and certificate, there's nothing in the certificate. Have you ever seen? There's nothing in the certificate. Not even a word about the boy. Not even a word about the student. It only marks. Is the student studying in a school for 15 years to understand that he is nothing but numbers of marks, but let us make him a responsible citizen for a powerful India that Indian schools are making for the world. Thank you very much.